3, 2, 1, and we're live. That's the necessary countdown. Because I know I am live right now. I am on air. It says so right there. In today's stream, today's program, as the title says, is how to trade Bitcoin right now. We're not going to be talking about the mechanics. Everybody probably has a pretty good understanding of how they trade Bitcoin. They have to get an appropriate broker where they can deposit some funds, turn that into Bitcoin or Litecoin or cash on the ready, and then purchase your crypto of choice, etc. There are other alternatives such as futures. You can get yourself a futures broker account and purchase Bitcoin futures contracts, the CME contract. There are unregulated futures contracts as well, but I do not recommend those. Although some people say that, Ernie, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Unregulated is the way to go. It is the only sane way to trade Bitcoin. Now, I prefer to trade it with Coinbase. Now, they have a backing exchange called GDAX. But with the phone, with the phone app, the Coinbase phone app, you can do all the trading that you need to do. So the fundamental thing that you have to keep in mind here, what is the purpose of trading Bitcoin? Well, what is the purpose of trading anything? It's to make friggin' money, right? Now, how are you going to make that money? Does that mean getting more Bitcoin or trading Bitcoin until you can then turn it back into fiat dollars? Because ultimately, it's going to be one or the other. You're going to want to exchange your Bitcoin for something, a service, a good, a product, a lifestyle, whatever, a house, bills. For the most part, you can't do that with Bitcoin. There are some places, some fringe places where you can pay by Bitcoin. Maybe you want to take your Bitcoin and turn it into some hard asset like gold. I say that and some people might like, huh? What? Turn it into gold? I thought Bitcoin is gold 2.0. I mean a real hard physical asset, if that's your thing. Now, what I've decided to do, because I do not know when Bitcoin and if Bitcoin is going to take off into the stratosphere. I have my doubts. I think it's going to still go through a long, hard road. I think that the current mini bubble that we're on is exactly that, a mini bubble. But I want to take a small portion of my portfolio and put it into Bitcoin or cryptocurrency with the purpose of accumulating more Bitcoin. Now, there are a number of ways that I can accumulate Bitcoin. Probably the easiest way is for somebody to pay for my services in Bitcoin or some other cryptocurrency, then convert it. Or they can just donate it to me. So if you want to donate Bitcoin to me, please feel free. What other way can I get Bitcoin? I can buy it myself, of course. But there is one fundamental thing that most people are overlooking, and I mentioned this in the last video. And that is the spread between Bitcoin and other legitimate cryptocurrencies. When I say legitimate, they're real cryptocurrencies. They're not part of some fraudulent project. Things like Litecoin or Ethereum. And a few others. Widely held. As a general rule, over time, these cryptos kind of follow each other. They're correlated in one way or another. Right now, that correlation has broken down dramatically. Now, does that mean that correlation will then, at some point, regress back to its mean, its safety zone, its feel-good zone? We don't know. Hold on. Yes? Hello? When? All right, give me 5 minutes. Bye. As I said, this is going to be a relatively short and direct video. Got to go walk the dogs. The way I've decided to trade Bitcoin is through the Bitcoin pairs. If you look at any Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, it's always expressed in a pair, just like other currencies, foreign exchange, always expressed in a pair. The one that we're most used to is its basic price, Bitcoin versus US dollars, USD, or in some cases USDT, or tether dollars, which is a bunch of bullshit. But USD is probably the most normal way. But you can also express it in terms of other cryptocurrencies. So for instance, there is a pair that's very popular out there that's LTC BTC. It's Litecoin in terms of Bitcoin. Then of course in Coinbase you have Bitcoin in terms of USD and Litecoin versus USD. So now here, between these three different cryptocurrencies, you have the perfect way, probably the most correlated alternative cryptocurrency, Litecoin and Bitcoin, and their fiat pair, so that you can then exchange in and out. Now, what I'm suggesting is that you, the easiest way is to take advantage of the correlation between Bitcoin and Litecoin, which is apparently very strong. And right now, it is at a divergence. And that can be seen in this chart here, which is the pair. Good tune. The pair LTC BTC. You can see not too long ago, in the beginning of June, Litecoin relative to Bitcoin was fairly high valued. And then in the past few weeks, it has lost most of that value to this day. And this is actually where I decided to turn my Bitcoin into Litecoin. Because Bitcoin was overvalued compared to Litecoin, I could buy more Litecoin. Well, when this starts turning the other way, as it is right now, it's starting to turn up there. Once it gets up into this range again, anywhere up here, Litecoin will have increased its value relative to Bitcoin. So regardless of where it is in terms of US dollars, I will be able to obtain more Bitcoin than I had before. When this went down, I was able to obtain more Litecoin because my Bitcoin was more valuable. When Litecoin goes up, I'll be able to obtain more Bitcoin because Litecoin relative to Bitcoin will be more valuable. And all I have to do is just keep on doing this. Buy low, sell high. I will buy Litecoin low, sell or buy, and then buy Bitcoin high. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's basically the strategy. And so that's what I'm suggesting. Here right now is a good time, because we're relatively low, we still have a ways to go, to turn your Bitcoin into Litecoin. And probably the easiest way is on your Coinbase app, where you can do a switch over with no commission and very little slippage, if any. One fell swoop, push of a button, done. So when it gets down there in Coinbase, and this is not an advertisement for Coinbase. It's just a feature that they have, and it's a feature that you should be taking advantage of. All right. That is everything. Now I need to tell you about the 1 day left on the PatternCast deal. Go to patterncast.com. There's only, 14 hours left for you to be able to invest in PatternCast. Try it out. $1 for a week trial. Use the code PATTERN, PATTERN, for another additional discount on that. Very little time left, and then the price goes up. All right, folks, that's all I've got to say. Got to go walk the dog. I'll be back a little later. Thank you very much, and take care.